Okay. Are there any queries in the sequence diagram? No queries. Am I audible first of all? मेरी आवाज आप लोगों को आ रही है?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. चलो फाइनली मेरी आवाज आप लोगों तक पहुंच रही है. That is good. Okay. So let us try to start with the activity diagram. Okay. Let us try to initiate the activity diagram. Very simple, very easy, very straightforward, not that complex as it was sequence diagram. Okay. So one thing you need to make it sure, that whenever you are preparing the activity diagrams, at that time, okay, both are in the presenting mode, yes. Whenever you are preparing, I'll write from the beginning. So if we are talking about an ER diagram, there will be always one for the whole system. If we are talking about a class diagram, there will be again one for the whole system. If we are talking about object diagram, there can be many. Okay, now it actually depends upon the scenarios. Okay, depends upon the different scenarios. Now, if you're talking about the use case diagram, now the use case diagram can be based on actor wise. You can prepare actor wise cases, and you can also prepare, or I would say, or you can prepare one use case for the whole system. Okay, so after use case, class, objects, then sequence. Sequence diagram, it is actually the number of use cases. I would say main cases. Number of sequence diagram, how many number of sequence diagram you need to draw? You need to draw number of the number of main cases you have, that many number of sequence diagram you need to draw. Okay, now collaboration is not there in your syllabi, that's the reason I have skipped. Activity. Okay, activity diagram, it can be, again, I would say, it depends upon, it should represent. आप one or more बना सकते हो. First of all, you can prepare one or more activity diagram, but it should represent the whole, I would say, the complete business process, right? Lastly, state chart diagram. Again, it remains same. Okay, so all these things are basically what, from class diagram, they are basically your UML, Unified Modeling Language. Okay, so let us discuss about the activity diagram. Before we go ahead with the activity diagram, one thing we need to make it sure is that majority of you have bought the textbooks, and in your textbook from somewhere in the last chapters, okay, you'll find some sort of case studies. Okay, case study in the sense, there will be a paragraph given, there will be a scenario given. Depending on that scenario, you need to draw the use case, you need to draw the class, you need to draw the objects, you need to draw the sequence, you need to draw the collaboration, you need to draw the activity, state chart. So, considering one particular scenario, all the diagrams are given. So, I think there are somewhere around 3 to 4 case studies are there. Okay, try to do those case studies. When, sir, we don't have time. You are learning for only 3 hours. You have plenty amount of time. Okay. So at night time, you are not feeling sleepy. Generally, you use a huge amount of mobile. You're not feeling sleepy. At that time, what you can do is that you can open the book, at least read the case study and try to sort out how the things are implemented. And from there, you can ask me doubts. Okay, we are not getting this important things in the case study. Okay, right. Now, so what do you mean by an activity diagram? So activity diagram is basically a dynamic diagram which shows the activity or the whole business process of a particular stage. Okay. So what do you mean by a state in an activity? What do you mean by an action in an activity? How the activity diagram is required to be done? What you would say, there are conditions in the activity diagram. Okay. That will be discussing. Guys, be there. Yes, I'm really sorry for the interrupt. I'm really sorry for the short interrupt was there. Okay, so try to understand the moment you are preparing the activity diagram, many of the things you need to keep into mind. First of all, the most important thing in the activity diagram is that you need to think about who are the actors. It is all a play of actors. In activity diagram, it is all a play of the actors. To every actor, you need to give a swim lane. Okay, for an example, we have seen that swim lane example I have given yesterday. But if we talk about the highway lanes, okay, we have a high speed lane and we have a non high speed lane. Okay, so the cars who are driving more than 70, 80, they travel on a high speed lane. The traveling below that, they are traveling on a non high speed lane. Okay, possible, right? So individual lanes are given. Lane means a row kind of thing, a particular path. So here we need to fit the whole business process by focusing on the particular path, the particular lane. Okay, and we need to specify the activities. Okay, we need to specify the activities, right? That is all about activity diagram. So let us go ahead and discuss the elements of the activity diagram and their notation. The first element of the activity diagram is the initial state. Okay, the initial state, it shows that, here the particular business process starts. That is the beginning of the workflow of an activity. Okay. Apart from that, at this point, activity diagram we need to show in terms of some symbols. So this is the beginning process. Okay. Here they have written begin admission process. Don't focus on admission. It is the activity beginning process. Try to understand, whenever we are preparing the activity diagram, you don't need to consider logout. You don't need to consider login. That is not a part of the business process. That are the security aspects that we are trying to keep it into the system. Okay, that are the security aspects. We just need to show the business process. Then, so this is the begin process, a circle, a filled circle. Then, this is the final state, means the end process, the end step. Okay, this is known as a bullseye. Okay, a bullseye. Bullseye means a circle is there with a part of it is filled and a part of it is not filled. Okay, this is known as a bullseye. So this is the end process or the final state. So this is your initial state, filled circle. This is your final state. This is the end. Between that, we will have action or activity. Can anyone tell me the difference between action and activity? What is the difference between action and activity? English meaning of action and activity. Anyone? Nobody knows? You can type, I mean, if you don't want to speak, it's okay. You can type down in the message box. What is the difference between action and activity? The best example is if we perform wrong activities at our home, our parents takes action on us. Yes or no? If we perform wrong activities at our home, our parents take action on us. So basically, the fundamental difference between an activity and an action is that activity is some sort of thing that you are actually doing. Okay, and activity can be divided into sub-activities. Further divided into sub-activities. For an example, as of now, the activity is, let's say, you want to clear semester 4. But if you consider that the sub-activities associated will be clearing subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, subject 4, subject 5, and so on. Sub-activities. Yes or no? And finally, university will take the action and give the result that you are pass or fail. So two things are very important. Activity and action. Action can be further divided. Activity can be further divided into sub-activities, sub-processes. And action cannot be further divided. Okay. So end state will be the action. Okay. End state will consider as action. Right. So here the same difference is given over here. You can see it's a capsule symbol used for activity or action. Okay. Then how many of you remember about guard conditions? Guard condition yaad hai, nahi yaad hai? How many of you remember about guard conditions? Tell me, what is guard condition? Good morning everyone. दोपहर को जो लोग सो रहे हैं. Yes, सितारा says yes. सितारा guard condition क्या होता है बताइए? Yes, square brackets में, whenever in square brackets we are mentioning a particular condition. For an example, if we are saying that if there is the balance goes less than 1,000 in saving account, you need to charge that particular person 10% of it. So the condition statements are known as guard conditions. We write down in the square brackets. Correct. You're correct. State correct. Okay, so those guard conditions are known as transitions over here. Transitions bolte hain unse. Okay, so that guard conditions we are going to use. So this is an activity 1. From activity 1, we'll go to activity 2, but based on some guard conditions. Why to go from activity 1 to activity 2? Based on some guard conditions. Okay, So that is basically guard condition. Then we have decisions. When one particular activity can have more than one outcomes, at that time we need to decide. There is some activity, but there can be two outcomes. Okay, for an example, let's say purchase kar rahe ho. If you are purchasing more than 1000, I'll give you 15% discount. And less than 1000, then 10% discount. Okay, so there is condition 1, condition 2. Again, both are transitions, guard conditions. But one particular activity can have more than one outcomes. At that time, we need to use this decision symbol. This decision symbol you might have used in your flowchart also. आप लोगों ने flowchart बनाया था या नहीं बनाया था? Have you prepared flowchart?
Yes.
Yes, बनाया ही होगा. Definitely बनाया होगा. Okay, so in flowchart you used to use those decision symbols. Same thing is available over here. The same thing is available over here. Okay, so we have certain activities, decisions 1, decision 2. Over here also you can take third decision. यहाँ पे भी ले सकते हो, possible. Okay, now the most important component, synchronization. Synchronization, fork and join. The most important, synchronization, fork and join. Okay, now what do you mean by the synchronization, fork and join? Now try to understand. Fork is basically, आप लोगों ने देखा होगा. Okay, आप लोग generally noodles खाने के लिए fork use करते हैं. Yes or no? For eating the noodles, we use fork. कांटे वाली चमची. Okay, we don't use spoon. Specifically for eating Chinese items, we use fork. Okay, so what is the difference between spoon and a fork? Okay, there are multiple edges in the fork. So if we take a spoon and just split it from between, it becomes fork. Okay, right? So try to understand, a fork is basically an activity which specifies that a particular activity can be divided into certain other states. See, you can have one activity that can be divided into two activities. For an example, I would say assessment. Okay, if assessment is an activity, suppose assessment is an activity. Okay, now assessment activity can be divided into further two activities. Which two activities? Assessment activity can be divided into further two activities. For an example, checking is an activity. Okay, checking is one activity which happens in assessment. Okay, and then I would say data entry. What happened? Data entry can be considered as a second activity. So one particular activity, assessment, is broken down into checking as well as data entry. Now try to understand, checking and data entry, if it is not performed completely, then the result cannot be declared. Okay, so splitting an activity into sub activities is known as a fork condition. बोलो समझ में आया? Everyone thinks are clear? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Once these two activities are performed, okay, then and then only I can display the result. I can display the result. So result will be a join operation. So this is splitting of the activities. Guys, here the activities get splitted to one sub activity, activity gets splitted to another sub activity, Now, once these two are done, activities can get merged. So this is known as a join operation. Now, it is not necessary that the activity can be split into two activities. There can be more activities. Activity 1 can be split into activity 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, possible. Okay, now if we think about preparation of a car. Now, body is required to be prepared. Okay, engine is required to be prepared. Body is prepared. Engine is prepared. Okay, there will be a third team who will be combining body and engine. There will be fourth activity which will be performing the testing. So preparing the engine, preparing the body, integrating the engine and the body, and testing. All these sub activities, until and unless all these sub activities are finished, you won't get the product delivery. Tell me, things are clear? Join and fork and join. Yes. Okay. Done. Okay. So if I show you, an example, see here they have shown. So this is the fork operation, synchronization fork. Fork means to split. Okay, and this is join. Join means to combine. Okay, right. Next is your swim lanes. Now, what do you mean by a swim lane? Swim lane is nothing. It's an element that is used to represent the user. That's the reason in the beginning of the activity diagram, I said that you need to focus on the users. Okay, swim lane is nothing. It's an element that represents a user. Okay, so here you can see there is a college swim lane. There is a university swim lane. Okay, so college does some activity. It pass on to the university and there is an end. So swim lane means a vertical separation of the actors and their corresponding activities what they are performing. So whatever tag you have, whatever actor you have, you need to only show those activities which are being performed. So college perform these activities only. If university is performing any particular activity, then you need to display it over here. Okay, that's all about swim lanes. The last component of the activity diagram is object and object flows. So basically what happens is that an object flow. Okay, what do you mean by an object? First of all, an object flow refers to a creation and modification of the objects by activities. If you are trying to modify certain objects, create some kind of objects, at that time you need to show object flow. Okay, now this is basically an object flow. It says send invoice. So what is going? Invoice is going. Okay, invoice is basically a report. Based on the invoice, the payment will be made. So send invoice. What details are going? The details are going in the invoice. So this is an object. Okay, if you are having something display and you need to do multiple selections, at that time also you can use this object, possible. Okay, so object flow, arrow from an object to an action indicates the state used that particular object. Okay, so object, these are the object, and this is object flow. This object invoice is an object, this is object flow. So object flows from send invoice to payment. Okay, very important guidelines of activity diagram. Very, very, very important. You should take care of it every time you draw the activity diagram. Now they say that one activity diagram should be drawn for each use case. Okay, now try to understand, if we have developed 20 different cases, so 20 activity diagrams will make the system very huge. It's always better to go ahead with some less number of activity diagrams. You can prepare one or more, but the whole thing is that the whole business process should be there. Okay, it's better. The whole business process should be there, right? Then Now they have written over here, no two use cases flow should be mixed in a single activity. An activity can also be drawn for a whole system. See this line. I like this line. The activity can be drawn for a system, for the whole system, or an actor as a whole. Okay, then activity diagram should reflect the business flow. मैंने तो पहले ही बोल दिया था. It should reflect a business flow rather than system flow. It should reflect a business flow rather than system flow. Then one initial element should be drawn because you are trying to initiate, you are trying to start that particular activity diagram. So start symbol should be there. Okay. Now, apart from that, initial state should be always placed in the first swim lane. सीधी सी बात है. If we are talking about this particular diagram that we have discussed yesterday, so we cannot start the swim lane. I mean, we cannot start the start symbol from here. You should start it from the left hand side, top left corner, always necessary. Then a thumb rule, it should be avoided to have more than 5 swim lanes. Very important. It's always better to avoid more than 5 swim lanes. If you're having more than 5 swim lanes, okay, it's always better to group together. Grouping kar do. Because you may have a question in your brain. We can have more than 5 users. We can have more than 5 end users. Different categories of end users are there. So can't we draw the activity diagram? Yes. You need to implement generalization. You need to implement generalization. Okay, clerk in a bank, manager in a bank, assistant manager in a bank. All these are what?
Bank staff.
Yes, all these are bank staff or employee. Okay, so such kind of grouping should be done, but more than 5 swim lanes should not be done. It's a thumb rule. Okay, thumb rule means must rule. Then initial state should be connected to action or activity. Definitely, if you look over here, initial state is always connected to an action or an activity. It cannot be connected directly to a flow. Okay, then initial state must be connected to only one action or activity at a time. In the beginning, yes. In the beginning, you need to connect this initial state to only one activity or an action. You cannot connect it to multiple. Okay, not possible. Then, on every transition leaving a decision end, a guard condition must be specified. Whenever you are moving from one particular transitions, okay, some certain amount of decision, you need to specify the guard condition, square brackets. This is very important. Every fork must have a corresponding join. Okay, why you have implemented the fork? Because we wanted to split the main process into sub-processes. We wanted to split the main processes into sub-processes. Once a splitting task, the task which is assigned to the multiple subtasks, okay, that has been done. You need to combine it. So fork should be always followed by a join operation. Guys, try to understand. ऐसा हो सकता है कि activity 1 divided into activity 2 and activity 3. Again, activity 2 divided into activity 5 and activity 6. Possible. But at the end, join operation must be performed. Else your activity diagram will go wrong. Okay. Again, the same statement. The fork must have one entering transition and 2 or more leaving transitions. मैंने बोला divide the particular activity into 2 or more. Okay, 1 or more नहीं हो सकता, 2 or more. Okay, a join must have reverse 2 or more entering transitions and only leaving transition, 1 leaving transitions. Opposite of join is fork. Okay, and it is always better to provide initial and final states. Name labels for initial and final state. Okay, provide labels. Labeling provide karo, likho. Okay, that's all about the activity diagram. Guidelines we have discussed all the elements which are important. Why to draw the activity diagram. Swim lanes we have discussed. Okay, example also we have discussed in the last lecture. Right, so it was an MCA admission process. So here you can see The problem statement is given. The whole problem statement is given over here. Okay, the MCA admission procedure is controlled by DTE, Directorate of Technical Education. So these are the steps that are written. Now in examination, it may be possible the steps are not written in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but they have given a paragraph. So DTE advertises, student need to apply, declare the result by the DTE, student has to fill up the form and select the college. DTE gives you the allotment and intimation to all the colleges. DTE आपको allotment तो देती है, DTE gives allotment to you as well as it also gives allotment to the college, information to the college. The student should report the college and complete the admission procedure for the whole thing. So it was basically an MCA admission system. For the whole system, they have prepared this particular activity diagram. Okay, the standing lines are the swim lanes. So here we have how many swim lanes? कितने swim lanes है यहाँ पे? 3. One is for Directorate of Technical Education. Yes. Second is for student. Third is for college. There are 3 swim lanes, and every swim lane we will show only the activities that has been performed by that particular actor. So DTE क्या करता है? ये करता है. Okay, student, what it does? Student does these all things. College does the task of the confirmation, and here the admission process ends. Okay, so this was all about the activity diagram, right? Now, what I would suggest is that you need to do one small homework. What homework? You need an activity diagram for the library book states. You need to draw not the state chart, but activity diagram for the library book states. Or you can also prepare, rather than that, you just go ahead with the question number 10. Question number 10 आपको बनाना है. Develop an activity diagram for this thing, open access insurance systems. Question number 10 और 11 आपको करके आना है कल. You need to draw an activity diagram for question number 10 and 11. Things are very easy. One thing you need to identify, what actors identify कर लो, swim lanes identify कर लो. Think about there is a main code process, so implement fork, but after fork implement join. Okay, ऐसा हो सकता है कि one particular activity is implemented fork operation and the fork operation is going in a different swim lane. Possible. Okay. That's the reason before drawing this particular diagram, go through the case studies which are given in your book. Case studies. Look onto the diagram. Go with the scenario first. Go with the description first. Look onto the different scenarios. Things will be much more clear. Okay. So for the upcoming lecture, in the upcoming lecture, 2 activity diagrams are pending that you need to draw. Look into the case studies, and majority in the upcoming lecture will be finishing out with these state chart diagrams also. Okay, so we'll be completing 2 units as per your syllabi. एक बार देख लेते हैं. Yes, so we will be completing 2 units, unit number 2 and unit number 3. Okay, then we'll move on with unit number 1 and then unit number 4. Okay, so we'll end up the session over here. Thank you so much, guys. You guys can leave.